We were heading back to Illinois for family Christmas. Kim received a call from her doctor saying basically, go see your oncologist. Kim said, great, I'll see you when I get back. No, go today. We literally, on the way to Illinois, stopped at the cancer center for the first time to see her oncologist. They came back with this. It was indeed ocular lymphoma. Then we went home and talked to the family over Christmas and sat down and broke the news little by little.
On that drive down there to my parents, I got this unbelievable peace, and I knew that this was for God's glory. I never lost that peace the whole time that I had cancer. I knew everything was going to be okay, and I knew it was for God's glory.
She starts seeing like floaters in her eye. So they gave her 6 doses, I think it was, of high-dose methotrexate, and the only way to know that it was gone was you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see the floaters anymore. It was emotionally very hard for her. She loves Christmas lights. Surprise, they're all over. But we loved going around the Riverwalk.
We came here to see the lights the first time, and I couldn't really see them. I couldn't see very well at all. And I walked around and thought to myself, okay, this may be the last time you get to see lights. So really pay attention, really, and they were just blurs to me, but this could be the last time. I wasn't sure I wasn't going blind. That was probably the most difficult thing I've ever gone through, and it took a whole lot of prayer.
The important thing for us the whole time is we've never done the why me, or our prayer from day one has been, how can we glorify God through this? I saw life, first of all, living on the East Coast, pretty liberally, like my decisions, my choices. And then I met Kim and went to church with Kim and her daughter.
He came into this relationship, and one of the things he said to me is, I could never give God like total control of my life. I control my life. I make my own decisions.
I'm the guy that sat in the pew when everybody took communion and all that. I'm not sure that I totally was like, this is true. And even with talking with the pastor, it's like, well, even if it's not, what a great way to live. I just decided in January of 2001 to commit my life to the Lord and change from there.
The change in him, to me, it is a proof that God exists, because Sam changed from a person who, I make my own decisions, I have my own way, and so to God, what does he want? What do you want at this time? What do you want us to do?
I've been having trouble with a shoulder, a frozen shoulder, and I went to see an orthopedic doctor over at the Mark. Anyhow, he saw some nodules on my lungs as part of the x-rays that they take straight on. Eventually a biopsy, and then eventually the diagnosis, at the cancer center. It's stage 4 lung cancer just because it's in both lungs. But it's not something that is curable, but treatable. So, but by the time we got the final diagnosis, it was mid-January?
Yeah.
We knew enough to tell the family we went back for Christmas. They're probably hating seeing us come back. I think we've had this conversation with them 3 out of the last 4 or 5 years. It just ironically, it's that time of year that news has come to us. But then from there were just a lot of days of go to work, go to the hospital. But we got help from our community group and others that would help with transportation at times when needed.
We've kept the community group going, and that's been really, really important for us.
I think it's a group that started with us ministering to them in a sense through re-engage and marriages, to the point we've come full circle, and they were supporting us.
When you're going through something like Sam and Kim, where you're both having to battle cancer and go through treatments and have setbacks, it's really easy just to say, you know what, I can't make it. And if they couldn't, everybody would be okay with it, but just seeing them still get up and go and make the effort, I just think, I don't know how I would be if both of us were sick.
I get a headache, I can't go in.
If we were going to glorify God through this, we have to be where God can use us, and I wanted to continue to serve. And actually, I love driving the carts, and I have so much fun, and we enjoy greeting. And
through this process, I think anybody can take the victim mentality and say, why me? They're looking at it and say, why not me? And we can set the example, and they've set it.
We still lead our community group. In fact, we meet here now. And that group has been so supportive. I mean, it's been amazing.
It's a family. It's not a community group. It's really a family, and we just love each other so much.
Learning along the way how many people around the country have been praying for us.
People we don't know.
Yeah.
People we've
It just-
never met.
And it just is a real source of peace and comfort to know that so many people were walking with us. I had not experienced that before. I lost my father to cancer in '97, but that was well before I was a believer, and just going to the hospital every day with him, giving him his dinner, we're talking. I mean, he was there for months, but didn't have any spiritual support, help, just doing it on my own. This is much different, better, much different. She says, I don't know how you did it without. And I guess back then I don't know what I was missing. The feeling I got from God is that you're not walking and you're not doing this by yourself. I'm here, my people are here. But at the same time, she was battling something we didn't know about.
I couldn't type anymore. I wasn't articulate the way I had been. I couldn't answer the phones well. I couldn't do any of that stuff well. I was falling a lot, and I didn't know why. And I thought I had Parkinson's, and because a lot of the symptoms lined up.
And we went to see her oncologist, and I had to stop my treatment in the middle, stop my chemo in the middle, because the oncologist had to see her now. And went over and we got her admitted into the hospital, and then I went back and finished my treatment.
I didn't have Parkinson's. I had a brain tumor.
It was necessary for her to give up her job. Our prayer at that point just became for provision, God to provide. We were trusting God. It was about that time that Pastor Sean had done a series. Part of it included talking about tithing. We made the decision then to tithe, and we've stayed with it ever since. But with one income, we're still tithing. Prayed for God to provide, and
boy did he
ever, yeah. Boy did he ever, yeah. I don't know who it is, and they wanted to remain anonymous, but God has blessed us with our rent being paid for 10 months, which really was replacing the income that Kim was making. We were so humbled by just hearing that and knowing that he has done way more with that little 10% that I give, and it's been awesome. It really has. When she, when we got the news back that she had no tumor, I think that's when we went to the Riverwalk.
We came back here a year later, and it was really amazing, and it was just very wonderful to get here and be able to see what I wanted to see.
That was a big moment, because while nobody is saying the tumor is gone, everybody's saying I can't see it. There's something there on the brain still, but it could have been where the tumor was resting. But the doctors are happy with that, so we had to be happy with that. This should have been a very stressful journey these last 11 months. I won't say there was none, but God has provided people along the way, provided meals, so many things. I could go on for a while. He'll finish what he started. And so we still don't know where he's going with this, but we're still trusting him to take us to wherever that is. And maybe this is part of it, I don't know. He gets all the glory, that's for sure.